All right. Good morning, everybody. And it's almost time for the Kelly Williams Show. Yay! All right. I am so excited this morning because today, live in the studio, I've got the gorgeous and amazing Hillary Gramm of Higher Up Texas. And I cannot wait to hear all about this amazing organization. And you're going to want to find out about them too if you don't already know about them. They are making a huge positive difference in this world. And I can't wait to share their story. So grab your coffee. We already got ours. It's Monday, y'all. Grab your mimosa and meet us right back here in just a minute because we're coming back live right after this commercial break. All right, good morning. We are back. Good morning. We are live right here on the Kelly Williams Show with Hillary Gramm, Executive Director of Higher Up Texas. Hey, Hillary.
Hi.
I'm so excited to meet you in person.
Ditto.
Yeah, I mean, this is really exciting. And now I saw you on a post by Abby Lee of Moxie District, and she was talking about how they are partnering with Higher Up Texas. They were doing something, and I thought, okay, Higher Up Texas. I want to hear what that is. And so I looked you up and I thought, I need her on my show. I really thought, okay, what is this? This looks amazing. And I am all about helping to promote anything that is really helping these young people make a positive difference in their life. And that's what you are doing.
Yes.
So excited you're here today. Okay, guys. So how long have you been part of Higher Up Texas?
Well, Higher Up Texas is in its toddler stage. It's
Yeah.
2.5, about to be 3 years old. So we are
Wow.
definitely toddlers. We're
Love
learning
it.
and growing and evolving. But we began teaching high school seniors how to adult at Dickinson High School in 2019.
Wow, I love that. What did you do before you got involved with Higher Up Texas?
Well, I moved to Texas when I was 22. I followed a boy.
Young.
A boy I didn't know just for a couple of months. I mean,
Wow.
wow, that was a 22-year-old. And I said, I want to change the world. And I began my career working in nonprofits and working with at-risk youth.
Wow. Okay, where did you move from that you followed the boy?
Chicago.
Oh my goodness.
The city. I'm from the real city, not the suburbs, the real city. I grew up, people be like, oh, you mean like downtown? And I'm like, no, like residential.
Yeah.
There was a biker bar across the street from my house. I probably have seen 100 car accidents, fights. Yeah.
Were you in a gang? Were you in a girl gang?
Right.
Chicago?
We're in a gang. I was mugged.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Very Chicago. I've seen a lot of things, and it's very
Wow.
Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah, you've lived it.
I have.
You're like the real movie Chicago.
Yes, and yes, absolutely. And I always have to say I'm from the city because my husband, Mr. Gramm, he is from the suburbs, and he'll be like, "Oh, I'm from Chicago." I'm like, "That
No, you're
suburb
not.
is like an hour. It's Naperville. It's a great place, but it's not the city." And
Isn't that amazing? That's hilarious.
yeah, so I always have to let people know, and he eye rolls at me, but whatever. He's not from the city.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so guys, if you're just tuning in, you can actually comment, say hi to me and Hillary, and tell us where you're watching from. But if you have any questions during the show, we'll be able to answer them live right here on the show. So please share the show. We're talking about Higher Up Texas, making a difference in our youth in this country. And Hillary is doing it right here in the Bay Area. Okay, Hillary. So you got involved. Now, did you start Higher Up Texas?
No, we have two founders,
Okay.
Rick Gornto, who lives in this area. He's a very great and generous man, big visionary. Well, he and a friend were having breakfast, and just like normal breakfast conversation, why is it that in some communities with poverty, when there's big money brought in, when the money is gone, not much has changed. The networks have left, the resources have left, and people kind of go back into, old habits, which it's not always the case, but that's pretty often happens. And they said, what if there was a program out there to really develop critical thinking skills for young people and teach them life skills and give them experiences and build their own networks? Because if you don't have a network, you really don't have a lot of connections to that outside world.
Absolutely.
And we all know your network is your net worth. Yeah. So they had this
Love that.
idea.
That is so true.
So true.
Wow.
They had this idea, and at the time I was looking to make a little bit of a change in my career. And I reached out to Rick, and he said, hey, I need someone. And Rick texted me 2 pictures of notes. Can you turn this into a thing? And I said, yes, turn it into a thing. Wow. And here we are. We've served 197 students, and we continue with them for many years.
Wow.
And they are just thriving and growing. And these young adults, they have the brains and the intelligence and the desire for more in life, and they don't have the resources.
Yeah.
So we are just kind of helping them get from A to Z and fill in, all the way in between, and they're doing it. They're putting in the work.
I love this. I love this. When you got the notes from, was it Rick?
Mm-hmm.
When you got those 2 pages of notes, did you sit there and say, this is what I'm supposed to be doing? Did you feel like this was really something that you really wanted to be a part of and make a difference?
Yes.
Wow.
When I was starting my career, I remember there was a decision made at my very first job, and I thought, wow, that decision that negatively impacts all these other levels, but the person making a decision didn't understand how negative that was going to be. And I thought, one day I'm going to be able to be the person that can really shape an organization, and I'm going to do that. I don't know how to start it, but I'm going to do that. And so when this opportunity came up, I was just like, no way. Really? You trust me? You want me to do this? And yes, I love it. I love the organization. There's so much of my heart that's dedicated to HUT, and it's magical. Every day I wake up and I'm so happy to go to work.
I love that. That's what life's supposed to be. I mean, you're really knowing that you're waking up and really making a difference, even if it's in your own space, mm-hmm. to help other people and do some things. You're making a lot of space and a lot of ripples, a change. The thing is that one of your things that you sent me was, at 18, could you adult? And I think that so much, years and years and years ago, when people were 14 and 15, they were expected to handle a lot of things, and so many things have changed over the years. But there were support systems for these children who were, kind of thrown out there working farms, doing whatever their families need to do. It seems like the family units and the support systems have not been there for so many of these children. And so when they turn 18, so many are lost still of what they really need to be doing and want to do, and how do they do it. Mm-hmm. And this is where y'all come in. So first of all, what is Higher Up Texas? What do you do exactly?
Well, we teach life skills to young adults and guide them to their successful futures. So we are a 2-hour-a-week class at Dickinson High School, and this is during the school day. And we bring in different experts to teach these life skills. So every month has a theme. This month for February is future finances, how to rent an apartment, how to understand and pay your taxes, budgeting, saving for a big purchase, not being frivolous with your money, and think about, okay, maybe I like this right now, but I probably won't think about it a year from now, but a car could really help me if I saved. So it's just essentially that, things you need to know that how many of us have opened a credit card because they were offering a free t-shirt?
Oh, well, free whatever.
A free something, a coupon. And you're like, okay, free money.
Yes.
And then you get this bill. First off, you have to pay for the credit card.
Yeah.
An annual fee. And we say, if anybody's making you pay for a credit card, you don't need the credit card.
Exactly.
And we're also teaching them, if you can't pay a bill, don't just wad it up and wish it away. You call and say, I need a grace period this month. I can't pay my bill. I lost my job. Advocate for yourself. Even your interest rate, you can negotiate that. You could say, hey, I'm at 23%. Can you bring it down? Otherwise, I'm going to transfer it over to this lower interest rate. And they don't know those things, but let's teach it before they mess up their credit or just get in debt that they can never get out of and then just keep adding to it.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so do you have that for like adults too?
Oh my gosh, I'm learning as I go too.
I mean, it's really interesting, and it's amazing because as soon as you, graduate high school or graduate college, or even in between, you're expected to automatically understand how to be financially stable or successful or anything, and usually you don't even know where to ask for help.
No.
And first of all, good morning, Desiree. Hi. She is the owner of Brazilian Drops right here in the Bay Area.
Oh,
so
cool.
We are excited to see you. Good morning. And so finances, huge deal for these young people to be taught this and be able to ask questions to somebody who's going to be honest with them.
Yes. And finances is just one component of what we're teaching. We teach young people how to vote. And I'm not talking just vote for president, because that's what they think it is.
Yes.
And they'll say, well, I'm not going to vote. I don't like either of them.
Wow.
And I said, well, there's a local election happening, pretty significant in this community. And we're teaching them how to locally vote, but the why. There's decisions being made all the time that impact you for the good or not, and you need to be aware. And
exactly.
Your being passive hurts you by not voting and educating yourself. So we do that. We do cultural awareness and appreciation. How can I be open-minded to meeting others if I'm afraid because they're different? And we're wired as cave people, different, big scary bear, big hole in the ground, avoid. We're programmed, and we shouldn't be. With understanding people are people. And a lot of that stems from young people not understanding they have a culture themselves.
Yeah.
So we just have a blast with that month. We also teach social responsibility. You're supposed to give
I'm just
back.
loving all of this already.
Thank you. We clean the street. We've adopted a couple of streets. We clean them in Dickinson.
Oh.
We plant gardens. We do all kinds of work because this program is free for our students. It's free for the school district.
Wow.
But I want my students to know there's people out there in the world who don't even know you, and they're paying for this because they want you to make it. So we're going to give back even more to this community with your time and gifts, because that's what's going to make a difference.
I am just loving this. Okay, first of all, good morning, Nancy from the Philippines. And it's like 2 or 3 in the morning there. I know. So she watches the Kelly Williams Show. Hello,
Hi,
you're
Nancy.
so wonderful. And yes, Desiree, wow is the right word. What an amazing organization this is. I think so many people forget, or even young people, adults, that there are blessings, hidden blessings coming from so many different people to help them succeed in things, even when you don't think there is.
Mm-hmm.
And so I love that you are teaching these children, I'm saying children.
Yeah, I know.
These
it's
young
hard.
adults, that, hey, look, people are caring about you enough to pay for this. Let's pay it forward. Pay it back, pay something to society, your community. And this is what's important. We help take care of each other. I love that. This is just incredible. I just love
See
this.
why I love it so much? I mean,
yes.
On Friday, okay, so we had this big workshop because we work with them after they graduate from high school. They get the choice to continue, and not everybody continues, and that's okay. Maybe they want to come back in the future.
Yeah.
But you still need a lot of help once you're like navigating. Okay, I want help, but I don't know what I need. So we do one-on-ones with them and kind of decide a career goal and a personal goal. But then we do workshops, and this Friday's past workshop, and we ask our students, what do you want to learn? Because it's their program.
Great. Yes.
And that to me is so important. I shouldn't choose your guys' food. I'm not going to tell you what I think you need. You tell me what you need. You tell me what food you guys want at this event. What kind of community service you want to do. We'll make that happen. So this past workshop, we did choosing a partner in life.
Oh my goodness.
And
this is wonderful.
It was. And we said, we use real life examples. Like, you have this first, boyfriend or girlfriend. And
you're a great example of what you did. How you followed somebody you didn't know.
I did. I took a risk. And here we are 17 years later. And I use that example, like if there's things they're going to want that are non-negotiables, and maybe it's religion or college or whatever, introvert, extrovert. If you can't compromise on those things, don't even start going into that dating pool, because you're going to be upset, disappointed, not like each other down the line. Because when you see someone you love and you're like, oh man, those hearts shoot out of your eyes, and you're like, okay, I don't care about any of that stuff, but you should, because it's important.
Exactly. I love that. I mean, that is, something that you sometimes assume you're going to just naturally understand and know. And it's not always like that. It is so nice to have someone outside of your family or your friend group to say, hey, it's okay to make sure that you want this out of somebody you're going to spend your life with. Yes. Or, things like that. And that's not okay to be treated like that. Mm-hmm. That's very, very important to people. And guys, if you are just tuning in, and Nancy, thank you so much for sharing this show. Please share this show. Everybody needs to watch this today. I am live right now with Hillary Gramm, Executive Director of Higher Up Texas. And I'm going to tell you something. You want to get involved and find out about an organization that is making a huge difference in our world right now with these young people and giving them the support they need? This is it. Higher Up Texas. We're going to talk about how you can be a part of this. Please share this show. Really, really amazing stuff. Okay, so Higher Up Texas is a 2-part program. What is the first part?
The in-class program for their senior year.
Okay, so just seniors are eligible for this.
Just seniors in particular classes at the high school. So they're enrolled in, a little handful of classes that, surprise, your senior year, you get Higher Up Texas. And it is a fun surprise because we get to go on field trips. We get the guest speakers. It's different. It's very different. And everybody gets the mint green hoodie. And you know what that means. When you get your mint green hoodie, okay, you're in.
We have the hoodie thing. It's the Chicago look. You got to have a little Chicago look.
You got to have it. It's the style. So they get it their senior year. And then they write a proposal. What do you need in life after high school to be successful? Wow. They could say a mentor, someone to check on me, a scholarship, a laptop. Dana Steele does our laptops for us. That's who
amazing.
She does that for us.
Dana. Yeah.
Just what do you need? And maybe they don't even know what they need, but that's their kind of like entry into the post-high school program called Higher Up Phase 2. And that's where we do the workshops, the one-on-ones, community service. Heck, on Friday, a young lady came in. This is how much this program is. We just love these young people. I said, hey, she wants to be a nurse. And I said, hey, why'd you get the job at this restaurant? We talked about home health care. Let's get into your field. Let's get experience. And she's like, well, I don't have my license. And I said, you went through driver's ed. I don't know how to parallel park. And I said, come on, girl, we're going to go. And we parallel parked right in Dickinson. We practiced.
Nice.
We put some garbage cans on the street and we did it. And she's like, well, you want me to try it? I was like, well, yeah, that's why we have bumpers. And they're just garbage cans. You can't like break the car. And she did it, and she did it perfectly on the 2 times she did it. So now she's confident, can take her driving test, and then we're going to get her in her field for work.
Look at that.
Just little things. Like they don't know how to ask for that, and they don't know that anybody wants to help. And it's like, no, come on, let's go. I have a million things to do, but let's do this. This is so important.
I love that. That's amazing. So the first part of the course is in high school. Where is the second part? Like after they graduate, where do they go? Is there an office? Okay.
We have an office on 517, and we are in the Dickinson Economic Development Corporation.
Okay.
That's who we rent from. We're not affiliated, but they're our neighbors. And when I tell you, we have this little tiny conference room, we can cram 25 people into this room. And our students are happy to be there. I could say, hey, we're peeling potatoes today. They're there.
Love that.
Someone once said this was their clubhouse, and it's true. They are always welcome to come on in. They have their one-on-one appointments, even if they just were passing by and said, hey, I saw your car. I need to talk to someone. All right, let's visit. My favorite thing, and they'll laugh, I have full-size candy bars at the office. I say, you always hear about, if I'm going to go trick-or-treat in this rich neighborhood, they give out free candy bars that are full size. I've never met anybody who's gotten the free size. And I said, you guys are going to get the full-size candy bars. And they're like,
I love it. I love it. That's hilarious. Okay, so I want to. So, what ages are eligible to be a part of Higher Up Texas?
so they start at 17. In fact, we had one 16-year-old. She had skipped a grade.
Wow.
And it goes really until we have, the age range to 23.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe it's 24 years old that they find themselves, okay, I'm stable in career, I'm stable in life, I don't need the workshops anymore, I'm good. That when they find that stability for themselves, they move into the final phase, which is Higher Up phase 3. And that's the elite alumni group. Kind of like Texas X's and all these.
Wow.
This is theirs. And that's the group that'll be primed to be on the board of directors. That'll be the group that is, I could say, hey, I can't speak with Kelly today. I'm going to send a student and I have full trust that they know how to do it.
That's amazing.
So that it's really, they're kind of, that's the ending, but they determine what the end is.
I love that. So there's no pressure on these young people to feel like, oh my gosh, I have 2 more weeks and then I don't have any more help anymore and I've got to figure it all out.
Absolutely.
I love that. That's a big deal. What changes do you think you have been really seeing in these students that have been going through these courses with Higher Up Texas?
Oh my gosh, everything. The first thing I say, I can't read your mind. Our staff can't read your mind. You need to speak up and advocate for yourself, because maybe I don't have the answer or the thing you need right now, but that doesn't mean I don't have a Rolodex that's constantly spinning, and they don't know what Rolodex is.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly.
And so I'm teaching them, it's your network. It's the people.
That's
It's
right.
your people. And they see, wow, she did hear what I needed, and it happened. And they start speaking up, and I say, if you hear a no, the world doesn't stop spinning. If you try something new, the world doesn't stop spinning. I promise. And mistakes are going to happen. I make them all the time. You just need to be comfortable and confident to know you have this support system that's going to help you. And our students, they flourish. We say the more you put into the program, the more you come to the office and come to the workshops and participate, you're just going to expand even more. And anytime someone comes in and says, I need a job, I really need a job, we get them hired right away. I've got students working for Amico Federal Credit Union.
Amazing.
I've got students working in different home healthcare. I've got them working at Methodist Hospital. And these are like 18, 19, 20-year-olds, and they have the careers they want already.
Wow. That is incredible. I'm just so happy today to learn about all this. This is amazing. What do you think your goals are for Higher Up Texas? Where do you see it? How many people do you see it helping within the next 5 years?
Wow. Well, it grows every year, because every time we start a new school year, we're getting refilled on those classes, because the kids, they move into phase 2. And of course, like I said, not every student goes into phase 2, and that's okay. Some are just, they're not ready, or they feel like they have enough support. That's okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're already at 197, and this is our 3rd school year. So we're going to get a ton more in a couple of months. But the goal is to go to another school as well and to just grow. Other schools are very interested and say, oh my gosh, I saw that program. How do we get it? And we're still kind of in pilot stage because we are so new. So it's just figuring out the secret recipe to this structure and scaling it.
Yeah, that is so exciting. What do you need people to help you with? What can we all do to help Higher Up Texas? What do you need?
I could always use people who want to be mentors. And the thing with the mentoring is that it's a once a month appointment that you're setting on your calendar to talk with somebody. We have mentors all over who have never met their mentee in real life.
Oh my goodness.
And they meet every 2 weeks on Zoom. I've got a couple like that. I could always use, this is a random one, but gift cards to grocery stores.
This is good news to know.
Our students at college, and we're not an organization that gives out stuff. We are just, it's the time that's what we're giving. But I do know that a lot of our students are in college and they are hungry and they don't have a lot of money. So we like to send them little surprise grocery gift cards. And I'll get a text back, oh my gosh, I've been eating peanut butter and bread all week. I needed this.
Yeah, exactly.
So things like that.
Okay, so after the show, I'm going to make a note of how you can get in touch with Hillary. And if you want to help become a mentor, or you would like to just make donations to her to help these young adults do things, we're gonna put how you can do that because we want to help. That's wonderful.
And always like us on Facebook. I'm such a Facebook hustler. Please like us on Facebook.
like. That's right. Absolutely. And guys, if you're just tuning in, I am live with Hillary Gramm, Executive Director of Higher Up Texas. I'm going to tell you, we need good news these days. And this lady and her organization are doing positive, wonderful things every single day for our young people and making a huge difference in this world. And they're right here in the Bay Area. We're very blessed to have them here. Okay. Hillary, what do you think one of your very favorite things has been about being a part of this organization?
Oh my gosh. Every day there is a win. Every day. And there's times in life that are hard. I mean, what is happening in the world right now? It's heavy. And knowing that there are people changing their trajectory in life, young people, and they want more for themselves and for others. That's such a gift that I get to witness every day. And I'm watching them thrive. And I'm always like, wow, look at you. I didn't even know this stuff at your age. And here you are. I have a girl who she wants to be a house flipper. Wow. And that's her dream, right?
Yes.
And so she has gone through real estate school. She works at Amico, so she's learning the money part. She would like to get a contractor license next. And she is 20. And to know all those pieces that are crucial
oh my goodness.
Huge. Yeah. And then it's funny. I love her. And I'm her cheerleader. I said, anytime you need a bump in life, just call me. Because she's also 20 and navigating life of, how mom sees me with, I'm still at home, to how do you start really going into adulthood on the emotional side. So there are those kind of challenges too that young people have of how do I become an adult?
Absolutely. Because really, where does it start? I know 40 years old, you're olds that aren't adults, adults. So, and Robin, good morning, Robin. Robin is with Bay Area Houston Magazine. She's watching today. Thank you, Robin. Yes, great cause. That's exactly right. And Laura, I'm so proud of you, Hillary. Everything you're doing with that. Thank you, Kelly, for this great interview. Thank you for watching. Laura, please share this. We're so happy that you're watching today. We'd love everybody to be able to see this interview and find out about this amazing organization and what the incredible, gorgeous, wonderful Hillary is doing for this. Okay, now tell us a little bit. You've got, Higher Up Texas has a great board. Tell us a little bit about the board.
Oh my gosh, our board, they are just, I think about the culture of our organization is certainly top down.
Yeah.
And that's not, and that's in any kind of business you're in, whether you're nonprofit, for-profit, whatever your sector is, that if you're treated well from the top, it just trickles down to everybody. And our board is just, oh my God, I love them. I look forward to our board meetings. Like I said, Rick Gornto, he's in the Bay Area. He's a good guy. Love him. And then Tony Annunziato, he is our other co-founder. But some of our other board members, Lauren Perez, owner of Mobile Mixology, and she was our volunteer of the year last year.
Wow.
She's fantastic. Denise Kwong, she is just an amazing person as well. And then, of course, the fabulous Dana Steele. So our board is mighty. It's small, but wow, we move mountains constantly. And it's because I always share with them, I say, please keep dreaming out loud, because maybe this idea isn't going to work at this moment, but I have a parking lot that I do scribble all the things in. And that's what's going to grow this organization. And, maybe because of something I'm like, oh, that sounds really difficult. Oh my gosh, I could never do that. There's reason being stretched beyond your comfort zone.
Absolutely.
And so the board is just, they're dynamic, but the number one criteria on our board is having passion for this organization and, understanding the vision and mission, which are huge.
Yeah. So what is your vision for Higher Up Texas?
Well, the actual vision statement is to ensure that all young adults are equipped with these tools and networks so they can succeed in life and have that ripple effect for generations.
I love that. I'm telling you, y'all are making big ripples.
Thank you.
Big ripples. And they're such a young organization still. 2019.
Yeah, and
said?
that was the COVID year. If you've been doing math, that was the COVID year. And
Wow.
I was pregnant when I started the organization. So the timeline, but I love it because if we hadn't had these challenges, I don't think we'd be where we are. The first group, we started their senior year, which was August 2019. COVID ended their school year March 2020. I had just had my baby, like a couple weeks old. And for some reason, I went to campus and I had literally just had a baby. And it was their very last day of high school that they ever would have had. And
goodness.
But we didn't know that.
Yeah.
And in that day, I said, hey, you're up for a really good month ahead of you. We're learning about mental health and self-care because that's a crucial life skill.
Absolutely.
How to get therapy, how to normalize it, remove stigma, how to talk to your parents, how to get it for free if you can't afford it, that kind of stuff. Well, then we never came back to school. I started getting text messages and emails and calls. Miss Gramm, you told me we were going to talk about mental health. Can we talk about it? And I said, hold up. We don't have to stop this program. And that's how phase 2 happened because they needed it. And we continued, and it was COVID, and we still met every single month, had dinner together virtually. I'd send them a DoorDash. In the original founding group of Huts, 50% of them are still very engaged. I get a text message from at least one every single day.
Oh my goodness. That is just incredible. I mean, and how amazing that the last time that they saw you in person, that little class, that they had no clue that was going to kind of in their high school. It was about mental health. And that's what you had put in there. Like, this is, this is important to talk about.
Yes.
And of course, how important it is to let people know to ask for help.
Yes. And the thing with the mental health, we teach them how to write checks. We teach them how to vote. None of that stuff matters if this isn't feeling right.
Yeah.
And if this isn't feeling good. And we're teaching them it's okay. And there is no shame in accessing mental health services. And many of them say, they're like, I go to therapy now, but don't tell my mom. I'm like, I don't even know your mom. Why would I ever?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm proud of you. You broke a cycle.
Absolutely.
You saw your grandma, your aunt, your mom, your dad. No one could figure this out. And it's been festering and getting worse and worse as time goes on. And you said, it stops with me.
Yes.
You did that. And you are 18 years old. Wow. You did it. And so many of them go to therapy. In fact, one of our students had shared, who had been going through a lot of mental anguish and challenges, he shared with his peers, hey, everyone, I finally did it. And the noise has quieted in my mind. And I was like,
oh my goodness.
Everyone was just so proud of him because we all were with him in the struggles.
Sure.
And he finally did it and he changed his life.
That is incredible. I'm just like, I'm overwhelmed this morning with this interview. This is incredible. Okay, so I want to ask you, first of all, how do people contact you to become a mentor, to help maybe be a sponsor with some things or offer job opportunities to your students? How do they contact you?
Our website is the best way to go, higheruptexas.org. It has ways to donate, different initiatives to donate to, sign up to be a mentor, contact us. Hey, we are so new. I'm open to any kind of help there is. So maybe I just haven't thought of it and put it on the website, but we always need guest speakers on specific topics. So if you're an expert in a particular field, hey, let's have you come on in. Because as we grow, we're really going to keep relying on the expert speakers to come in. Because you don't want me teaching you finances. I am not that person.
Me either.
I am not that person. But we have
or cooking. No.
Cooking's overrated. And I just cook because I have to feed the people in my house. I don't even want that food. No one's going to eat it anyway. My kids are going to complain and fight with me and starve. Eat it or not. It's okay.
Exactly.
But yeah, there's just so many different opportunities we have on our website. You can go on our Facebook page and just send a message. I check the page constantly. So many ways to reach out to me. But Higher Up Texas is just such it's become this work of art that everybody is adding to in the community. And it's not, the young people in our program, the world wants to say, an 18-year-old, what are you doing for the world? You have nothing to give. Your age group does naughty things, blah, blah, blah. Not mine.
Yeah.
And I think that's true for a lot of 18-year-olds. People don't take the time to get to know them and the time and the space for them to grow and learn and then do, because they're doing this stuff and they're the ones picking up the trash. They're the ones helping others and working at different nonprofits, because that's what they're realizing. That's what you need to do. And the world sees them differently.
I love that. And look, I'm going to tell you, there's so many negative things about our youth on TV, on social media. Higher Up Texas is changing all of that for these young people.
Mm-hmm.
And they are now becoming these leaders and these wonderful people in our communities and doing positive things. And I love this. And you're such a huge part of this. I'm just so proud of everything you've done, moving from Chicago and the West End or East End, whatever you did.
North side.
In changing the world.
Well,
literally.
I'm just the person that, kind of cheerleads, but our staff and our founders, our volunteers, everybody plays a crucial role. Kim Williamson, she is also a Kemah resident. Here we are in Kemah. Hey, Kim.
That's right. Hey, Kim.
She and I just get so giddy when the kids come into the office and we hear something they did. Like, so, a student, their back might be to us, and Kim will send me a look after a student says something and I'm hearing it and I'm like, they did that? Good for them. And then Amy Berger, who has been our facilitator on campus. Today's actually her last day, but she has been crucial to the growth at the high school program.
Wow.
So we are a very tiny, tiny, tiny staff. But when you love what you do, it's not work. It's, wow, I'm doing something really cool, and you cannot not love that. And yes, it's a lot of work. This Friday, we have a huge field trip. We're going over to UTMB Galveston, and we're going to the Health Education Center, which is where the medical students go to learn.
Yeah, I love that.
We're going there because 3/4 of our students are healthcare oriented. And UTMB is just a huge part. They send their nursing students to our class every week to mentor our students.
Oh my goodness.
And that's we built this healthcare worker pipeline on top of the adulting. It's like, that's just another initiative we have.
Wow.
Because we're meeting the needs of what our students want and what the world is needing.
Absolutely.
And that's how you make that's it. You know, getting them into a career where they're happy, they're satisfied, it has stability. We're going to break poverty cycles because it was just piecing a couple things together.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. Okay. What are, our show is about to end. I want to hear from you. What are 3 things that you want viewers to know about Higher Up Texas?
We are very collaborative. It is, we don't need to work in silos. Let's work together because there's so much greatness out there. But when we work by ourselves, you can't accomplish it all. So we love working with others. So please reach out to me. We'd love to learn about how we can work together. Number 2, our kids are just such joy to this world, and they're hungry for this space, and they were hungry for someone to say, "Hey, we're in this together," like this.
I love that.
Not do this. It's this. It's
yes.
different. And that's a Brene Brown thing. I'm a big Brene Brown. So Brene Brown, if you're listening, respond to my email. I sent you one. I'm such a big fan. And then number 3, just put out love and kindness, because that's what's making this organization. That's the glue that's sticking it together. There's so many things in the world to just bring you down. Even the situations of the students, if they have stuff going on in their home life, that's why you have to just bring 100% to yourself, to them every day, because that's what's going to fulfill them or fill them up so they can do and realize, I am a good person. I am loved. I am valued. I'm a part of this. That's what's making all the difference.
Absolutely. I love that. Okay, guys. So, Hillary, how can people, if you're a business owner or if you're just somebody who wants to help, become a mentor, which I am now, I'm going to tell you right now, I want to become a mentor.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm sold. This is just something I'd love to be a part of. If you want to become a mentor, if you want your business to be able to see if they need anything financially or donate it or something, or if you have a place of business that can help hire these amazing students, how do they contact you one more time?
Our website, higheruptexas.org. Find us on Facebook. You can just send me a message. I'll answer it right away on our Facebook. But please like our Facebook page.
Go like it.
See the magic come alive, because I post things in real time that you feel a part of the class as well. Last week when they learned about taxes, they wanted to learn about taxes. So we brought in our CPA, and she taught 4 classes of that.
That's incredible. I mean, that's something that a lot of young people and some adults still don't even ever get a class on or understand or get the chance to have somebody tell them stuff like that. That is wonderful.
I have one last thing to say.
Yes, please.
So the name Higher Up Texas is an acronym. So Higher Up, that's our core values: honesty, integrity, grit, hopefulness, eagerness, and readiness. And when they're all used, we can only go up from here. So that's how the name came about.
Love that.
I love things that you can make an acronym with. And one day when I was thinking about the name for this organization, and Rick and Tony, they'd been using these words like integrity, and some words I had to look it up. Like, what does this even mean? And I was looking at the computer and I saw the words, and I was like, oh my gosh, that spells the word higher. So that's how the name came to be. So I think all those times of being a kid and being kind of spacey and doing like crosswords and what are those anagrams where you unscramble the words?
Oh, yeah, I love that.
That's what that was. So that is the name of our organization. It's a cool name, but it has real meaning. And we are teaching those core values every month as well.
I love that. Guys, this is an organization that you need to be a part of. And if you have questions, you can email Hillary higheruptexas.org and ask questions. Please follow them on Facebook. Please share this show. We want to share all the wonderful things that they are doing on a daily basis to make the lives of our young people better every day, as well as our communities and our country. I mean, it's a big ripple effect that all of us will benefit from when we help others. This is awesome. Hillary, thank you so much for coming today. This has been awesome. I'm so excited to be a mentor.
Yes.
I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I'm excited. Okay, guys, higheruptexas.org. Go find out more about it. Contact Hillary. You can contact them on Facebook or the website. We're so happy you watched today and joined us. Please share the show. And if you have questions, you can let us know. But we appreciate it. And we hope you have an awesome and blessed rest of your day. You can watch the Kelly Williams Show right here on Facebook and YouTube every week. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.